Hello everyone. In previous class we discussed some numerical based on electric field intensity. Today we will start with area vector. First we will discuss area vector, then electric flux. Now the question is, what is area vector? Either it is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. So if we have to find the area of suppose this board, how we will calculate the area of this board? This is a rectangular board. So what we will do, we will simply multiply the length into width. Let this is the L, so this area is equals to L into B. Let okay. Now, what is length? Either it is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. So if it has a direction, it is a vector quantity. Similarly, if B has the direction, it is again a vector quantity. So if we multiply these two in vector cross product, we have already studied if we have to multiply two quantity that is already vector, the resultant will be a vector quantity. So in that case, if we move our palm towards our, if we move this finger towards our palm like this. So this will be the direction of the area vector. Clear? Similarly here, if we move this L towards B, so this will be the outward direction will be the direction of this area vector. Or if we move this B towards L, so the direction is inward. Okay. So for another side, suppose this is the first side which you can see over here, and this is the back side. So for if we multiply B to L, in that case, this will be the direction that is inward. But for this surface, this will be the outward. So direction area is a vector quantity whose direction can be calculated or can be find out with the help of right hand thumb rule, and it is always perpendicular in the direction of outward to the area. Clear? So this is the concept of area vector. Now we will discuss the electric flux. What is electric flux? This is represented by phi E, that is electric flux. Okay. It is defined as the total number of electric field lines passing through a fixed cross-sectional area. Okay, suppose this is the direction of electric field lines, and if we have area like this, so the total number of electric field lines passing through this cross sectional area, this is actually kept like this. Okay, so the total electric field lines passing through this area is known as the electric flux. Okay, now we'll see the dependency of electric flux, means on which terms or factors electric flux will depend. Okay. So first thing this electric flux depends on the electric field intensity. Okay, if the if area is same, but if we increase the electric field intensity, that means the number of lines will increase, means if we'll, this is first case. In another case, if we increase the electric field intensity, so what will happen? The amount of electric field lines will increase. So you can see in that case the number of electric field lines passing through this area will increase. Okay, so this flux is directly proportional to electric field intensity. Okay, second, it depends, or it depends on the area. For example, we have two different areas. For example, this is A1 and A2, and so here you can see the A2, that is area 2 is greater than the area 1. Okay, so bigger the area, number of electric field lines will be greater, or you can say bigger the area, electric flux will be greater. That means we can say this electric flux phi is directly proportional to area. Third one, that is angle, means on we'll see the angle between this area vector and electric field intensity. Suppose this is uniform electric field. Okay, and one area vector is kept over here like this. For example, suppose we have an area vector which is kept here like this. Okay, or like this. So in that case, if this is the direction of electric field intensity and this is the direction of area vector, that is n cap, unit vector which represents the area. Let the total area is A. Let the total area is A. Now, if we'll move this area vector with some angle with electric field, that means in case 2, suppose this is the previous case. Now, if we move this area vector with some angle, like now, suppose this is the angle theta by which it is tilted. Okay, So in that case, the amount of electric field lines passing through this area will decrease. This is the original area A. Now we will calculate the value of this perpendicular line, this component. Okay. So here let this point is P, Q, Q and R. So in triangle PQR, in triangle PQR, we have to calculate this one. If this is the angle theta, so this will be the perpendicular, this is hypotenuse and this will be the base. So we have given that part is base, sorry, hypotenuse, and we have to calculate the PQ. Okay, so cos theta, we will take the cos theta, that is base upon hypotenuse, or you can say PQ upon PR. So the value of PQ is equals to PR into cos theta. The value of PR is A, so A cos theta. Okay. So this is the amount of electric field lines passing through this area. Okay. So this is the value of PQ, this one. Okay. Or one more thing that, by which we will understand this one, third part. If the electric field lines so this is the direction of electric field and this is the direction of area vector. If these two are here, the angle is 0 degree. Here the angle is 0 degree. In another case, if the area vector this is the direction of electric field intensity, and suppose this is the direction of, that is perpendicular to the area, is area vector. In that case, the number of line passing through this area vector is 0. Okay, so electric flux when angle is 0, when theta is 0, sorry 90 degree, sorry, theta is 90 degree, the phi will be 0, and here the phi will be, what is the value of phi? That is maximum, that is the maximum part. If angle is 0 degree, then that is the maximum. So we can say this phi is directly proportional to cos theta, because we know that if we will decrease the, if we will increase the value of angle, the total number of flux will decrease, because it is 0, it is maximum at 0 degree. Okay, so if you will combine these three, so the total phi is proportional to EA cos theta, and if we will take a proportionality constant is equals to 1, so this phi is equals to EA cos theta. And we know that if two vector quantity multiplied with dot product, the resultant will be AB cos theta, and if it is multiplied with cross product, the resultant will be AB sin theta. So here you can say the resultant is EA cos theta, and E and A both are the vector quantity. So this phi can be written as E dot A. Okay, so this is the final value of flux. So phi is equals to E dot A, or dot product of electric field intensity and area vector, or you can say this electric flux is equals to EA cos theta. Okay. Next, if we have to calculate the electric flux for any irregular surface, then what will happen? So we'll take any irregular surface. Okay, and we'll find the electric flux through very small area, and then we'll calculate the total electric flux, or we'll add up the all small part to find out the total electric flux. Suppose this is the direction of electric field. Okay. Suppose we have to calculate area vector. Let the total area is S. So here we will take any small strip. This is the direction of electric field intensity. Any small strip that is having area ds. So what will be its direction? So its direction is outward. Let its direction we will take any direction. This is n cap. So let this direction angle is theta, and this theta is smaller than 90 degree. Okay. So if we have to calculate the total electric flux through this area, so the small electric flux, that is d phi is equals to E and sorry, ds cos theta, E ds and cos theta. As we know that the formula for phi is equals to Ea cos theta, or you can say this phi is equals to E dot A, or simply in place of this one we can put dot like this. Okay. So d phi is equals to E dot ds for small area, and if we have to calculate the total electric flux, then what we'll do, we'll simply integrate both the sides. So this will become d phi, and here for here if the surface is irregular, so we'll take E dot ds, but in this case we'll take the closed integral. Closed integral means sum of all small parts which is either in any direction, which moves in any direction. Means suppose here the direction is theta, and here we will calculate the direction. Let the so we will sum up the all vectors, area vectors, that is related to this electric field intensity. So for all electric field which is moving outward, if we'll see, let this is the direction of area vector and this is the direction of electric field intensity. So here again you can see this theta is smaller than 90 degree. Okay, and for cos theta, we know that from 0 to pi by 2 it is positive, and after greater than the 90 its value is negative. Okay, so here if the theta angle is smaller than 90, then electric flux, because we know that this phi is equals to Ea cos theta, so the value of cos theta is positive only for the angle which is smaller than 90. That means all the flux leaving the surface, all the electric field that is leaving the surface will be positive. What about this one? This will be the direction of area vector, and it is mandatory if we take this direction. So here again we have to take this one, not the angle with this one. So here in this case you can see the angle is greater than 90 degree, and if angle is greater than 90 degree, so the total flux will be negative. One more. This is the direction of area vector. This is angle theta, which is greater than 90 degree. So if again this angle is greater than 90 degree, then this value, the flux will be negative. So for all incoming electric field, for any closed surface, all incoming electric flux will be negative, and all leaving electric flux will be positive. So we can write down a note for any closed surface, all incoming flux is considered as negative, while all leaving electric flux will be positive. Clear? So this is all about electric flux. In next class we will start with Gauss law. So what is Gauss law? Gauss law, again in Gauss law we will take the concept of area vector and electric flux. So what is Gauss law? Actually Gauss law states that the total flux for any closed surface is 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by any surface. Okay, thank you.